Welcome into another episode of the Crimson Flame podcast, a weekly podcast focused on all things women's athletics at the University of Alabama. I am your host, Katie Windham, a writer for Bama Central or Alabama Crimson Tide on SI, and I'm so glad you're here for another week. Our normal rundown of the show is going through the past week's results from the Crimson Tide, then getting into our main topic or an interview with a guest or guests, and then we will kind of wrap up with a look ahead at the schedule that's to come. So we'll jump right in with this past week's results, which were really short because it was a holiday week with Thanksgiving. The only team that was playing was women's basketball. Starting last Wednesday, since we last recorded, they beat Minnesota 63 to 58 to win the championship of their Thanksgiving tournament down in the Bahamas. And then on Monday, they beat Kennesaw State 79-65 inside Coleman Coliseum for the fifth grade fast break game, which is always a fun opportunity for fifth graders around the Tuscaloosa area to come and cheer on the team in the middle of the day. They get a little break from school, and then the team gets a lot of support for a non-conference game in the middle of the day in December. So women's basketball is now 8-0 on the season. So good start for them. You can go back and listen to my episode with Christy Curry to hear a little bit more about this team and some of the players and kind of what her expectations were for non-conference play, kind of see how that played out as they have a couple more games before they will soon enter into SEC play. So, since today is National Signing Day for football, today as in being release day of the podcast and record day, I thought it would be fun to go back and look at National Signing Day for women's athletics and some of the top signing classes and recruits they were able to grab. Today is signing day for football, and you can go check out all our coverage on Bama Central. Mason Woods is doing a great job with that. But the signing day for all the other sports was back on November 12th. So football has a separate signing day, and then men's basketball has the early signing day on November 12th, but then has another official one. But all the other sports are on November 12th, and so there's a lot of exciting things going on around the capstone, which we kind of glazed over on past episodes, but didn't get fully into. So we will get into some of that today, and we will start with the sports that I cover the most closely, which are softball and gymnastics. So for softball, Patrick Murphy's obviously been in Tuscaloosa for three decades now. This season will be Team 30, which is crazy, but this signing class will be on next season's team, obviously Team 31. And so to kind of start out with, this class was ranked at number 11 overall by both Softball America and D1 Softball, which are kind of the authorities on college softball coverage and rankings around the country. And so Alabama has a class just outside of the top 10. And to start off with in this class, there's a familiar name, or the last name will sound familiar, and that's Ava Brisky. She's an infielder from Phoenix, Arizona, and yes, she is the younger sister of Alabama pitcher Jocelyn Brisky. So after a couple years ago, they had Jenna Johnson and Lauren Johnson on the same team, which Lauren is still on the team. It was Jenna's fifth year that she got, because of COVID, that they got to be on the same team. Murph will have another sister duo with Ava and Jocelyn Brisky. She is a Softball America 2026 class ranking. She's number 84 overall. And Murph said Ava brings athleticism, competitiveness, and a great bat to her class. She impresses with her clutch bat from the left side and great glove at second base. So she will not be pitching like her sister. She will be playing infield. Also in the 2026 signing class for Alabama softball is Ava Bush. She's an outfielder from Columbia, Missouri. She was a 2025 first team NFCA All-Region. She's a Missouri State record holder for single season and career home runs, so she's bringing some of that power that Alabama's been looking for at the plate. And Murph said about her, Ava just completed an incredible high school career, setting the new Missouri high school career home run record. She's a lefty-lefty with easy pop in her bat. So that is Ava Bush. Next up is Liv Kiter. I'm not positive that's how you say her name, but I'm sure I will soon learn. She's a 5'5" utility from Littleton, Colorado. Murph's really kind of going all over the map with this. And in fact, he says in the statement about her that she is their first signee from the state of Colorado. And she's a tremendous athlete who can play numerous positions on defense. She's a triple threat lefty at the plate. She was a 2025 PGF All-American. She was a 2025 Triple Crown 18U national champion. She was ranked number 42 overall in the Softball America 2026 signing class, and she's number 1 in Colorado. So that's an exciting signee for the Crimson Tide. Then also is Torrin Slaughter. She's a 5'10" catcher, again from Phoenix, Arizona. They've really kind of been hitting that Arizona hard lately. She is probably the top player in this class, or she is numbers-wise. She's the number 8 overall signee by Softball America, and she's the number 1 catcher in the class. She was also a 2-time Arizona 6A regional champion. She's a 2-time first team all-conference. She was the 2024 Max Prep High School Underclassmen All-American team. So she's a catcher and she has some power, which Murph said about her. Torrin is a national champion. He will add power from the left side of the plate. She's capable of playing 3 positions and will give us depth around the roster. And then the last signee in the softball class, Paige Shanefield, is a 5'10" infielder from Overland Park, Kansas. She was her high school MVP, a 4-year starter. And Murph said about Paige, she's a tremendous three-sport athlete who will add major power to our lineup. She's capable of playing three positions on the field: first base, third base, and catcher. So Murph always likes finding some of those girls that have played other sports in high school and that also will be able to play multiple positions at Alabama. So there was 5 people in that signing class, ranked number 11 overall, and an exciting class for Crimson Tide softball. Next up for gymnastics, a pretty big signing class for Ashley Johnston with 6 freshmen incoming. And she said just kind of overall about this class that we're thrilled to welcome this talented group to the Alabama Gymnastics family. Each of them brings something special to our program, from leadership and artistry to fierce competitiveness and joy for the sport. They embody the culture we've built here, and we're confident they'll continue to raise the standard of excellence that defines Alabama gymnastics. So first up in the signing class is Kennedy Cochran. She is from Chandler, Arizona, gold medal gymnastics in Chandler, and she's an all-around gymnast, which most of them when they come out of, yes, all 6 of them are listed as all-around gymnasts. Most of them when they come out of high school are all-around, and then kind of maybe when they get to Alabama, some of them will start specializing in some certain events, or if they have injuries that kind of prevent them from doing certain events. But Kennedy is an all-around. She was a 2022 Nastia Lucan Cup qualifier, and she was a 2024 national champion on floor exercise. Ashley Johnson said Kennedy has an unmistakable it factor about her. Her performance quality, her lines, and her confidence make her stand out in any gym immediately. As the daughter of Amanda Borden, she has grown up with an understanding of what it takes to compete at the highest level, and that has helped shape her approach in such a powerful way. Kennedy will bring both a fresh energy and deep appreciation of the sport that will only elevate our program. So her mom, Amanda Borden, captained the 1996 United States women's gymnastics team to the Olympic gold in Atlanta. So she is the daughter of an Olympic gold medalist for Team USA. So that's pretty cool. Next up in the gymnastics signing class is Leanne Elliott. She is from Williamsburg, Virginia, and she competes at world-class gymnastics. She's a 4-time team state champion, 3-time national qualifier, 2-time regional champion. She said about her, Leanne is such a beautiful gymnast to watch. We got to work with her at camp and know we need to have her on our team. Her elegance, grace, and precision will add something really special, and we can't wait to see her excel in crimson and white. Next up is Ella Sloan Griffin from Leesburg, Virginia. She competes at Dole's Gymnastics in the all-around. She was a 2025 Excalibur Cup champion on the floor exercise. She was a 2025 regional medalist in vault. She was a top 5 finisher at the Virginia State Championships in vault, floor exercise, and all-around. And then she was a 2023 state champion in vault. So it sounds like she's going to be probably in Alabama's vault lineup when she gets here. Ashley said about her, Ella Sloan already feels like part of the Alabama legacy with her connection to our program through her mother, a former UA gymnast. She understands what it means to represent the Script A and the pride that comes with that. Her passion, heart, and commitment to excellence align perfectly with our program's values, and we can't wait to have her join us in Tuscaloosa. So first you have the daughter of a former USA gold medalist, and then now you have the daughter of a former Alabama gymnast, which I'm sure when I get to talk to Sarah Patterson later, she will be thrilled that there's some of her former gymnast daughters that are now competing for the Crimson Tide. Next up, we have Ellie Kate Parker from, it says she's from West Monroe, Louisiana, but then that she trains at Cincinnati Gymnastics Academy, which is not super uncommon for gymnastics, just with how competitive that sport is if you're at kind of the highest level, to train at somewhere else. And so she's a 3-time USA national team member, 2024 Nastia Lucan Cup junior champion on balance beam and all around. So the Nastia Lucan Cup is something that a lot of Alabama gymnasts have competed at. Gabby Gladio and McCory Doggett, that's where they first met, kind of form a relationship. So not only did she compete there, she was a junior champion on balance beam and all around. At 2024 JO Nationals, she was a junior champion in floor exercise and all around. So she is obviously a talented gymnast. Ellie Kate's dynamic and joyful presence, along with her elite experience, will serve her well at the collegiate level. Having trained at the same gym as both Amelia Hundley and I, there's a special connection. So Alabama's assistant coach Amelia Hundley, and shared standard of excellence that she embodies every day. Ella's a fierce competitor, and we're excited for the impact she'll make in Tuscaloosa. The next up is Avery Schlitting from Illinois. She's competes at Inner Gym Gymnastics, and she's a level 10 national medalist for 3 consecutive years from 2023 to 2025. And she was a level 10 regional and state top 2 placement for 3 straight years, also those same years. Ashley said about her, she brings a contagious energy and love for the sport of gymnastics that fits beautifully with our team's culture. She's driven, disciplined, and has the kind of consistency that makes everyone around her better. Avery's enthusiasm and work ethic will add great depth to our program, and we can't wait to see her thrive as part of the Alabama family. And then last up is Addison Sariski from Ohio. She competes at Olympic Dream Gymnastics. She's a two-time Nastia Liukin Cup qualifier. She was a three-time national champion in 2025 on uneven bars, balance beam, and all around. So it sounds like she can really do it all. And then she was also a national champion in 2024 on uneven bars. So that may kind of be a specialty for her, which her being from Ohio and being good at bars makes me think, of course, of Makari Doggett. But Ashley said for her, as our first commit for this class, Addie has been a leader from the start. She helped set the tone and build a strong sense of alignment and unity among the incredible class. Addie's ability to balance power and artistry helped makes her a clutch competitor, and her steady leadership will be an asset for us, both in and out of the gym. So that is the Alabama gymnastics signing class from a couple weeks ago. For soccer, they added three players to the class. Chelsea Rogers from San Jose, California, Zamora Malinsky from Long Beach, California, and apologies for these names because the press releases did not have their pronunciation guides yet. When they come to Alabama, they will have those. And then Journey Vrobel from Kearneysville, West Virginia. So it's well, it says she's from West Virginia, but then her bio says she's Washington High School's career goals scorer, netting 116 shots over her career, which is obviously pretty impressive. So, oh wait, the name of her high school is Washington High School. Excuse me. I thought it meant the state. Anyway, so they have three signees in their class. Wes Hart said, "We are thrilled to welcome Chelsea, Zamora, and Journey to the Alabama soccer family. There's no doubt that these three will be able to make a positive impact on our program in the very near future. For Chelsea and Zamora, their journey begins in January as they will graduate in December and enroll at Bama for the spring, which is really common in soccer. A lot of them graduate early and then come in the spring because their sport starts so soon in the fall. Like they're normally the first event of the year, they were volleyball, but I think it's normally soccer that a lot of times they will come graduate, enroll early, so that they can be there throughout the spring, really before their first season. And soccer plays a couple of games each spring. And then lastly, we'll go over the Alabama volleyball signing class, which they are ranked number 21 nationally by VBadrenaline.com. There were three players that they signed to be part of their class. Erin Clark, she's a 5'7" libero defensive specialist from Tempe, Arizona. She had a long list of accolades, so I know they're excited about her. Josie Imes is a 5'10" outside hitter from Zionsville, Indiana. She was voted 2025 Indy Stars top attacker, so that's the big paper in Indianapolis, and she was named to that. So it sounds like she's bringing a lot of power to Alabama volleyball. And then Audrey Simpson is a 6'3" middle blocker from Alpharetta, Georgia, and she was named to the 2024 All-Region team. And so that is the 2026 signing class for Alabama volleyball. And those are just some of the major highlights. Those are some of the ones that sent out the press releases. If there's a specific sport you were interested in that I did not talk about, you can probably go check out their team's Twitter or their page on RollTide.com to learn more about their upcoming signing class. And with that, we will get into the upcoming schedule for the week for women's athletics for the Crimson Tide. Swim and dive will be at the U.S. Open in Austin from Wednesday to Saturday. So be sure to follow the Alabama Swim and Dive Twitter to kind of see results from that. Women's basketball will be playing Clemson on Thursday at 6 p.m. On ESPNU and the ACC SEC Challenge. So same thing as the men. They're playing Clemson in the Challenge at home. So go out and support them on Thursday. Big home game for them. Big chance to stay undefeated. Then Friday and Saturday, track will be at the Sharon Collier Danville season opener at Boston University for the indoor season opener. So cross country season is done. We're transitioning into indoor track season, which will be a lot more athletes getting involved with all the indoor track and field events. And then in the spring, it'll be outdoor season. And then gymnastics has the Crimson and White preview meet at 6:30 in Coleman Coliseum. So if you go back to our episode with Ashley Johnson, she talked about some of the things they were excited about with that and this team. So you can go get a look at the team in Coleman on Friday night. And then Sunday, women's basketball hosts Louisiana Monroe at 4, right after the men's game at 1, who hosts UTSA. So hopefully football will be in the selection show, which normally begins at 11 a.m. Central, I think. Maybe it's at noon. But that should all be over. You should know where Alabama's going regardless. You can go to the men's game at 1 p.m. and then stay for the women's game at 4 p.m. And that wraps us up for this week. As always, I just want to thank you for listening or watching wherever you watch from. Be sure to go check out all our coverage on Bama Central from football. Obviously, there's a lot going on over there right now. Men's basketball is in full swing. Signing day for football, like I said earlier, there's just a lot going on. But that does it for today. I'll see you guys next week.